So I'm going to introduce Nathan Johnson, who is a Wall Street Journal, USA Today best-selling author. He has 4 businesses that he runs at the age of 22, multimillionaire, and entrepreneur. Hard to keep up with him. He's always starting another LLC and adding it and reinventing his business and making it better and better. He is the owner of Lolly. He is the owner of Instagrams that are over 9 million followers. Nathan Johnson, welcome to our feed today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So good to see you. You cleaned up really well.
Yeah, I try my hardest. I've got some cuts on my still from last night, but we're hanging in there as much as we can.
So I just want to clarify, the cuts are from what did you do last night?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so it wasn't a street fight, everybody knows.
But no, I'm doing well, and I'm happy that I could make an appearance here.
Yeah, so walk us through before you had your check mark and getting involved in the book project and how that helped get you that blue check mark. And then, because people ask us all the time, what's the ROI on a book? And we always say, hey, just don't get tied up in all of the royalties of $2.50. Think about the other doors that it's going to open up for you. So talk about the doors that, you got the blue check mark and what doors it opened and how the ROI of that generated for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're young, it's really difficult to get any kind of credibility in any industry. So before I was verified, I was 19. So being a 19-year-old entrepreneur, nobody takes you seriously.
Yeah.
Almost like rightfully so. Because what does a 19-year-old know? Like 19-year-old me knew nothing compared to what I know now. Yeah. But it was hard to get any kind of credibility. Hard for people, they didn't take me seriously. Unless you're a celebrity and you're verified and you've got, articles written about you and you've got a book and you have, money to back up all your claims. Like It's virtually impossible to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
So for me, writing a book and contributing as a co-author to the Authority book that is now out, that did really well, that gave me that title of #1 best-selling author. Because
Journal, USA Today bestseller.
Yeah. So because of those things, I was able to use that to submit my verification. I got some articles based on the book. And I got approved, which was like a super surreal experience. I think it was December. It was near Christmas. So it was a really good Christmas gift for me just to see the blue check. I was raised in the social media era. So I was into Vine when I was super young, like 2011, 2012. I was into Instagram. So for me, being verified was always like a life goal. So because of the book, and because of those doors that it kind of opened up for me, I was able to get verified, be able to say hey, I'm a #1 best-selling author. It does really contribute to people taking you a lot more seriously. And because of that, and because I'm now verified, I mean, it's been, I would say so far in my life, it's had $1 million worth of value being verified and having the book and having articles written about me and doing all of those things and basically investing in my own brand, investing in who I am has the most it's been the highest ROI on any investment that I've ever made, investing in myself. So that's really what I attribute the novel to.
And I love that you say investing in yourself. And that's what, people have to realize when they write a nonfiction book or a business book, it's investing in their brand, right? It's investing in them. It's investing in their credibility. It's investing in their social media footprint. And I know you were telling, a lot of people don't know what being verified on Instagram means. Tell us what that means, in the messages and how that helps.
Yeah. So when you're verified, there's kind of a social acceptance on Instagram. In DMs, you're going to be ranked higher than everybody else. So your DM is going to go to the top of the people's inboxes. If you comment on a post, it's going to be more recognizable and more noticeable. And also, it looks cool. It makes you look like you're reputable, like you have a good reputation, because Instagram doesn't verify just anybody. So for a 19-year-old at that time, for a 19-year-old to have the blue check when I wasn't being taken seriously, it allowed me to really propel myself into these connections that I had been wanting to make for so long. So through being verified, I met somebody from Mark Cuban's team that I ended up working for Mark Cuban as the chief marketing officer for a number of months before I eventually left to start my own company based on what I was doing there. That's just kind of in my blood. Like, that's just what I do. But that was all through being verified. I was able to meet Mark Cuban, do an interview with him, actually with you,
Yeah.
work for him as a marketing officer, learned so much about kind of the industry that is cryptocurrency through that, and just so many other things. I mean, we built Lolly, my modeling agency, based off of being verified. That's the only reason we're able to get any clients, any big names. And now we work with people who have as many Google searches as Kim Kardashian now. So it's been a very wild ride, and that verification is basically Instagram's stamp of approval on your account saying that we like this person, they are reputable enough to have that blue check and to be basically accelerated in. If Instagram was society, it's like you get into the most exclusive, country club in all, right? Because I live in Houston, and then you're meeting all the people in that country club, and nobody else can even get in. That's
so you say, like, what is that ROI worth, right? So when we tell someone you're writing a book and that door opens up, how would you like to get a job working with one of Mark Cuban's companies? How would you like the door open to meeting these different people? Because it quantifies it, it gives you this credibility. So would you recommend people to get off their butt and write their book, or if they had it sitting around for a long time, to actually do it?
Yeah, I mean, what I say to everybody, because I do some live streams on some of my Instagram pages, and I'll have thousands of people who are watching who are my age or younger, asking, how do I start? What do I do? And the answer is you just have to do it, right? If you've been wanting to write a book, you just have to do it. What is, waiting around going to do? There was this quote that I heard from somebody on Instagram, funny enough, but it was a celebrity. It was somebody famous who said that imagine if when you're on your deathbed, all the ghosts of your potential, right, came to you and they were all pissed at you because you didn't take advantage of, like, hey, you could have been an author. This would have opened up these doors for you and you didn't do it. Instead, you wanted to play video games, or you wanted to, you were too scared to make the investment because, oh, what if there's a recession coming and blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be pissed that you didn't take that action.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped out of college, which is a huge take action for me.
Yeah.
When I do things, I like obsess about them and I like go all in. And that's really the only way to make it in a world where the odds are stacked against you. Like, if everybody could be successful, then being successful wouldn't really even be fun, right? The whole, it's fun. Sorry about that.
Cat crossing.
Yeah. The whole reason that it's important is, and it means something to me, is because it's a form of accomplishment that not everybody else has. So if everybody had a Lamborghini, I probably wouldn't want one anymore, right? So if everybody were a number one best-selling author, then it wouldn't be important. But the purpose of being a best-selling author is that it's very, very rare that you see people that are, Wall Street Journal, USA Today bestsellers, especially. Like, that is a crazy accomplishment. And the longer you wait, you could even reason with yourself, the longer you wait, the less cool it is. If I would have had a best-selling book at 13, I probably would have gotten into some Ivy League colleges, right? So if you're doing it for their kids, if you're worried about, I had really bad grades for 2 years. If my mom was into publishing as much, because you were back then, but not to the extent you are now. Now your knowledge is way more vast than it was then. But imagine if, you would have written me a book and made me a bestseller back in high school. Yeah. Probably would have gotten into some kind of Ivy League college or something, because nobody really does it. So if you're hesitating on book publishing, PR packages where you get articles written about you, verification, any of those things that build your own brand, it's just like infinitely valuable. It's been infinitely valuable to me. And if there is one investment I made in my life, whether it's the car, the house, because I'm a big car guy. I have an amazing car that I love. I have a house that I love. I have a lot of things, but out of everything, if I had to only keep one, it would be the book and the press and all of the verification, the brand that I built. Essentially, I would just keep my brand, and that's it. You could put me on the street, and I'd be fine because of all the connections that those things have made me.
Mhm.
That's the important thing. If there's no reason to not do it.
I love that. It's taking that massive action and making that decision, getting through the fear, not worrying about the investment or the money, and just moving forward. And then the book starts to work for you and your brand. And the other thing is it helps other people. If it's a nonfiction book, you're informing other people and changing their lives with your book.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually have people say that they read the book. I thought it was really interesting. And now I think the Instagram use that I gave in the book is now Devin's, my business partner. So I gave him Weekday Rehab, which was my previous name. So Devin has said that he's gotten DMs from people saying like, "Hey, did you know you're in this book under Nathan Johnson?" And then he has to send those people to me. But it's cool to basically help people gain some kind of motivation. Or a lot of people my age feel like they're too late, they can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's nice to be able to give to people a little bit of confidence and like show them that it is possible. Like I've had people come over to my house from high school and they see kind of the way that I have my life set up, and I'm very blessed to be in this position. But I have, thank God, somebody who cleans my house, because I would not clean my house. I would not have patience. And all of these, the fruits of my labor, essentially, they see these things and they're like, and you're only 22, I'm 21, I can do this. And a lot of people don't think it's possible. I had great role models growing up. I had I had my Uncle Mark, I had Jenn as well, because Jenn was always on the phone with us.
Yep.
13 and going out to Utah for conferences and stuff. So honestly, it's something that I was shown that it was possible through role models and mentors, but a lot of people don't have that. And so being able to serve as that mentor for people has meant a lot for me, and it makes me very passionate about what I'm doing. So that's another unknown benefit to have this book.
And your Instagram is, because it's not Weekday Rehab anymore, what's your current Instagram?
I got Nathan Johnson now. So cool. So, but again, a brand investment there. I didn't want to be known as Weekday Rehab anymore. That was my favorite, like 17. So now I'm at Nathan Johnson, super clean. Instagram gave that to me, and that was another brand investment that was very, very worth it.
Awesome. And what's the name of the book that you're in that you hit Wall Street Journal, and where can people go to get it?
It's Authority, and I'm pretty sure you can get it almost everywhere, but Amazon is the best place that I prefer. Is one click and you get it. So I prefer it on Amazon. But Authority on Amazon, and it's you can see one of the names, Nathan Johnson. So make sure you're getting that.
Awesome. Thank you for being on, Nathan.
Of course.
We also have another special guest. Melanie, did you have any other questions for Nathan before we let him go?
No, thanks for coming. In full disclosure, Nathan is my son. One of my sons.
All right, guys. Appreciate you having me, and good luck with the rest of the stream. I'll be watching.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.